Hello everybody, James here. Now excuse the rush nature of this video because I'm just about to record with Stevie, but then Stevie actually sent me this clip from, once again, the Scaling Up podcast. This is the podcast or YouTube channel that originally interviewed Douglas Malo, who was the guy who broke up the fight between Rampage Jackson and SykoStu. Fight, assault, attempted murder, whatever you want to call it. Anyway, first off, this is about a 13-minute video. I'm going to sort of speed through the most important stuff from it, but I'm also going to link in the description where you can see the original video. It's not hard to find. It's on the Scaling Up podcast. Just search for that. It's their most recent video. It's about 13, 14 hours long ago that this was posted. It's not 14-hour long video, don't worry. Anyway. First off, I feel their YouTube channel's paying for the original interview getting restricted to 18 plus because the Stevie show did as well. It's because we both showed footage of the Rampage Jackson SykoStu assault. We edited ours and then we had to edit ours like twice to get it through finally. But anyway, the big news coming from this is that Douglas Malo confirmed that he has been... By the way, I've already forgotten if I said it or not, Douglas Malo is the guy who broke up the fight between Rampage Jackson and SykoStu. And the reason I'm wearing this stupid shirt is I've just got out of the gym and I'm sweating like anything. So anyway, he confirmed he's been interviewed by Los Angeles Police Department for his side of the story, as well as confirming whatever they needed confirming or elaborating or, figuring out who all the players were in the Rampage Jackson live kick stream. And then essentially Doug says that the LAPD are notorious for dragging their feet in cases at the moment, but he has no doubt in his mind that Rampage Jackson will indeed be arrested for the, let's call it for now, the aggravated assault on SykoStu. And he says, no question of that. That's either a quote or it's just damn it close to a quote, but that's pretty much what he says. Like, no question of that. Rampage Jackson will be arrested. They basically said, LAPD, is that they have all the evidence, as if we couldn't guess all that, because all you need is, the video and the medical reports and the injuries and whatnot. But the reason why they're taking so long, apparently, is to determine the level of premeditation and exactly what to charge Rampage Jackson with. So once again, the big news there is that is believed by Douglas Malo, who has been talking to LAPD and interviewed by LAPD. He's not being implicated, by the way. He's not going to be arrested. A lot of other people are not going to be arrested, I guess, but we'll see, but Rampage Jackson will be. Now, he also clarifies, Doug does, there was a TMZ interview where Doug apparently had suggested that Raja shouldn't have been arrested, but that was completely misconstrued. And Doug jokingly said that, hey, people are thinking, well, maybe he's been paid off to say, go back on his word. And then he jokingly says, well, give me $1 million, I might consider it, Rampage Jackson, Raja's father. And then Doug says, no, he actually would never change his opinion for money, and good for him for saying that. Rampage Jackson should also have absolutely have been arrested, and Raja was let down by his coach, Doug says, the guy who brought him there to the show, and basically they knew he was volatile and it should have never got that far, of course, and he should have never been offered that position of going into the ring. He should have never really, to be honest, have been brought to the backstage area where all the wrestlers were doing what all the wrestlers were doing, I guess, but maybe that's just me being a bit old school. Doug clarifies that Raja needs a jail sentence. This is going on as a TMZ quote, or what they said was a quote. So he does say, he absolutely needs to be arrested, goes to jail, goes to prison, whatever the difference is in the States. It's the same thing, jail and prison over here. But also proper rehab is required, and he's obviously a messed up, not kid, grown man in his mid-20s, but he's obviously got some emotional damage as well, and he wants rehab as well as a proper sentence to punish him. Doug also says that Stu's memory is not exactly there of the entire incident, and essentially everyone who is around him is purposely not fully cluing him in as to the whole situation, because any stress, excitement, upset can with anyone with a significant head injury or brain injury can set back their recovery significantly, and that he may not be aware of just how big a story it is on the internet. Doug says the internet is the worst place in the world, basically, and even though not that many people are posting terrible things, there are enough out there to basically have a need to shield Stu from it, because once again, he doesn't need the stress or upset or hurt or anything that could set back his recovery, and that's the most important thing. Doug then says that that he does know that lawyers are already involved. He doesn't know to what extent. He's read things online, but he doesn't know to what extent, except for the fact that lawyers are involved, and that obviously Raja Jackson will be the one being sued, at least Raja Jackson, and he qualified that with saying a very high probability. Doug also clarifies, I think I don't know if it's on the Scaling Up podcast, the first one. I don't think it was TMZ. I think it was the first Scaling Up podcast interview with Doug. He refers to someone as a crackhead with face paint. Now, he was not referring to the 17-year-old lad who had the balls and was brave enough to try and stop the fight. He was the first one to actually physically interject. He was terrified, but Doug says he's a really good lad, very bright, very promising future and all that kind of thing. And once again, a lot of people didn't have the balls to get in there and stop him, but this 17-year-old lad did. He was actually referring, a crackhead with face paint, referring to a guy who chased Raja Jackson out the building and then apparently said some rather untoward things in general in the middle of the street. Doug doesn't want to deal with the whole situation because it causes him anxiety, and he wants to concentrate on getting signed by a major wrestling promotion and fulfill his dream as a pro wrestler. He didn't ask for any of this. He just broke up a fight / attempted murder, once again, his words. He'd rather tell the truth and not abandon his moral compass, even if it costs him a major wrestling opportunity with WWE or AEW or TNA or MLW or whoever it might be. He said if that is the case and him speaking out cost him that opportunity, he'd rather be a truck driver with his morals and integrity intact than either not say anything or lie in public, I guess, and, you know, hopefully get a major wrestling contract with WWE or AEW in the exchange for it. So basically, good on him. That's pretty much the update. I hope the next video, if I do another video on this, will be that Raja Jackson has been arrested and we have a proper charge for him. I'll also be recording something with Stevie Richards, so look out on that later today, I imagine, as well. Until then, thank you for watching, and apparently there's a hype thing on these YouTube videos now on like the mobile app, so I've looked into this. This is by the by, anyway. I've looked into this, and as far as I can tell, all it does is add you to a most hype video list or something. I don't think it boosts you in the algorithm, but if you're being really kind, and apparently if you've got like some hype credits or something like that, please consider hyping this video. I don't know if it's going to do any good, but I think it's just, I don't know if it's the same as a Twitch thing or whatever, but just one more thing anyway, so if you do that, that's great, and subscribe and comment and like and all that kind of thing. One more thing, I've seen a few interviews with Douglas Malo. He seems like the real, obviously, you know, the real hero in all this, and to be honest, he's coming across really, really well on these interviews as well. So hopefully you'll check out the interviews he's done on the Scaling Up podcast and wherever else he appears. He's closer to the situation than most, so I guess apart from Stu himself, which he's not got the internet or his phone, he's not allowed it, and his wife, then if you want some official updates, I suggest keeping an ear out for what Douglas Malo has to say. So thank you once again. Please consider liking, subscribing, that kind of thing, and I will see you for the next video.